Terminate Western expansion. Russian President Vladimir Putin started the biggest war in Europe since World War II with the justification that North Atlantic Treaty Organization or NATO influence on Ukraine was a constant threat to its sovereignty. Russian forces launched a full-scale invasion to Ukraine last February 24, 2022, right after the Russian leader addressed the people of his goal to demilitarize Ukraine. Lengthy presence of NATO in Europe can only increase tension in the region. The Western Alliance must stop all its political and military ambitions in Europe so that Russia will not be provoked. Russia sees NATO enlargement as a threat as it does the military posture of these new Western allies on its doorstep. In more recent years, the alliance has expanded further and farther east to its neighboring countries to join NATO. The Russian leader proclaimed that Ukraine's membership of NATO is a red line issue and he will never allow it. As the Russian President Vladimir Putin in his speech released last February 2022 in Kremlin that further expansion of NATO infrastructure in Ukraine territories are unacceptable for us. Despite the warnings given by Russia, the Western allies still consider the idea of letting Ukraine join NATO, which sparked the current situation. And the only victim right now is Ukraine, left all alone with the Western alliance to suffer. NATO members had agreed to the cost sharing of the military budget. This is a clear indication that Central Europe is taking a step towards remilitarization. New NATO members would have to donate costly funds to supply weapons. These defense budget hikes would only put enormous pressure on strained budgets. As quoted by NATO General Jens Stoltenberg last 2019, defense spending across European allies increased in real terms by 4.6%, making it the fifth consecutive year of growth. Arming the neighboring countries of Europe does not help maintain peace in the region. Diplomatic relations without Western influence is the only solution. Article 5 of NATO's Collective Defense Pledge states that if any member of the North Atlantic Alliance is under attack, it is considered as an attack against all. There is a flip side on this article because members are reluctantly forced to join the conflict if another ally comes under attack. Now, imagine, if Ukraine is a member of NATO and gets involved in a conflict, the alliance would be obligated to defend it against Russia and other adversaries. Nuclear war is even possible, considering that these superpowers would not consider looking for any means of peaceful negotiations. A serious attack on any NATO member would trigger Article 5, where an attack against one ally is treated as an attack against all, as quoted by Robert Faisal, a senior fellow NATO official. While it is true that Russia has done to Ukraine is not tolerable, we also must think of the bigger picture that Russia was left without choice. NATO is only a US foreign tool that poses a threat to Russian people, remilitarize peaceful countries, and designs an article that would only benefit its interests. Don't do unto others what you want others to do unto you. Do you think Western countries wouldn't do the same if Russian allies are also at its doorstep?